We have almost made it to the end of February. A few more hours to go. We can put this month in the books. It is Monday, 28th day of February 2022. I am Dan Kuntz. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, or is it Wake Up Grays Harbor? Been raining with a little rain-snow mix in many locations at a pretty steady clip from about 9 o'clock last night. It hasn't lit up yet. It is raining hard here in the Wenatchee Valley in some locations, lighter than others. It is a subtropical atmospheric river that really set up over the weekend. We weren't really expecting this when we last visited on Friday, but here it is. It's going to rain all day today. Stevens Pass is closed. Snoqualmie Pass is closed. They closed them both at about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. It was snowing so hard up there that the plows simply couldn't keep up with the tremendous amount of snow they've been getting. That's going to switch over to rain. It's going to be a gloppy, clunky mess in the Cascades and other locations as we're dealing with some heavy rain in the lower elevations, some snow up in the Cascades, and then eventually it'll all be rain as this atmospheric river really begins to move in to the Pacific Northwest and specifically our area. Forecast details are coming up. We'll take you to the passes even though you can't drive over Stevens or Snoqualmie right now. They're going to reassess things a little bit later on this morning. News, they have a suspect in that double homicide of a couple of weeks ago of that couple up in Chesaw. They're on the lookout for this man. We will give you the details on that in the latest news. Sports, a whole weekend full of sports, including how the local high school teams did at the regional round of the state basketball tournament. Plus, we'll talk wild hockey and Kraken hockey as well. And busy day. And in the back half of the program, we had a chance to sit down with Eloise Barshes. She is the administrator, if you will, the director of the Chelan Douglas Volunteer Attorney Services. A great conversation with Eloise, very informative. These are good folks who do good work, and we'll talk to Eloise in the back half of the program. You do not want to miss that. Raining, 32 degrees outside of our studios. I don't know what we got camera-wise. It's been hit and miss. Sometimes the clouds and the fog clear out and we can see, and then it comes right back in again. Let's see what we can see. That is the cross camera. That is East Wenatchee. Look at those low-hanging clouds. And again, rained a little bit about 7:30, 8 o'clock last night. Then it stopped. Then it started raining again with a little bit of light snow. And it's been raining at a pretty good clip ever since that. In fact, just since midnight, we've already had 1/10 of an inch of rain. We could see record rainfall. I don't know exactly what the record rainfall is for this date, but we're going to be awfully close to that. We hit 37 yesterday. We're already at 32. We'll be in the mid-40s today. We're in for some very warm temperatures after that long cold stretch, which is now elsewhere, not here. Good morning to East Wenatchee. You're down there, trust me. Camera 2. Ooh, okay, well, Naomi Gardens doesn't look too bad, even though that camera is about at the same elevation as the cross camera. It's just 180 degrees around, but we can see the Columbia River. We can see the Stimmel Complex and the Otobashian Bridge from that view, even though, again, it's at the same height and really not that far from the cross camera, but you can actually see that big cloud bank that is obscuring the cross camera directly across the way from that view from our Naomi Gardens camera number 3. Downtown Wenatchee takes about very light traffic. Monday, of course, it's late start for the local schools, and a lot of people take Monday off if they work Tuesday through Saturday. Their weekend is Sunday and Monday, so pretty light traffic, all things considered, as we look over downtown Wenatchee. Again, back towards the Wenatchee Heights camera, and camera 4 is that. Oh, that's the monitor camera? Okay, I trust you. They're covered in snow up there, and that's not too far away. Of course, that's a higher elevation, but you can see a blanket of snow still hanging around up in the monitor area, looking down over the orchards, the pear and the apple and the cherry orchards in the monitor area. You can kind of make out the highway and the Wenatchee River and the wetness on the lens. Every time I see that, I want to climb up that ladder with a towel and wipe it off. I don't have the ability to do that. Yeah, it's wet, and it's going to be wet all day today from the National Weather Service. Again, an unusually strong blast of subtropical moisture is delivering quite a bit of precipitation. It's going to rain all day today. We'll be up into about 42 or 43 for the afternoon high. This type of atmospheric river is normally associated with the autumn, not this time of the year, but of course, stream levels are low. Most of the snowpack is gone, so we're not expecting any flooding with the area lakes and streams and rivers. That's not going to really happen. We don't have much of a snowpack left, but there's going to be significant snowmelt up in the Cascades. 38 for the overnight low tonight. The rain will be tapering off. We catch a break on Tuesday before the next system comes in. Lots of clouds. Look how mild it's going to be, 53. Our normal high this time of the year is 46. 36 for the overnight low Tuesday night. The next weak system comes in Wednesday afternoon into Wednesday night. Will be cloudy. As the day progresses, the chance of rain will increase. We'll get up to about 48 degrees, 36 for the overnight low. All of these snow levels is going to be well above. Snow level is going to be close to 5,000 feet, which is why the passes are going to switch from snow to rain and a heavy rain later on today. And then look at the weekend as we welcome March, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Coming in like a lamb, 49, 48, 47. Lots of sunshine, lots of snow melt. Very wet today. Rain tapers off tonight. Hit and miss showers on Tuesday. A little bit of rain Wednesday into Wednesday night. Snow in the upper elevations, and temperatures finally well above normal on Tuesday, then slightly above normal for Wednesday and Thursday. Now, the Mountain Passes, brought to you by D.A. Davidson, the strength of a trusted partner, and personalized solutions to meet your financial needs. Member SIPC. Stevens Pass, live shot, closed. They closed at about 1:30 in the morning, right at the summit. Milepost 58 on one side, milepost 64 on the other. They don't know when it's going to reopen. Snowing so hard up there, they just said, forget it. The plows can't keep up with it. Cars shouldn't be traveling. Stevens Pass closed. Blewett Pass open. Can't get to I-90, but you can get to I-90. You can't drive over it. Traction tires are advised on Blewett. It is snowing, but it's not really sticking to the roadway, as you can see. It's mostly just snow and slush in places. Then I-90, here's a shot of no cars. It is closed. They closed I-90 at 2 o'clock in the morning, so Quality Pass is shut down from North Bend to Ellensburg. That's about a 75-mile stretch of highway. Forget about it. They're going to reevaluate things at 9 a.m. this morning. But even after they reevaluate it, of course, the plows have got to get over. They got to get all that stuff. So right now, I-90 Snoqualmie Pass closed, Stevens Pass closed. No word on when they're going to reopen. And the snow that they're getting now is going to switch over to rain, heavy rain, this afternoon and tonight in the major mountain passes. The snow level is going to go up to about 5,500 feet. They're going to get 2 to 3 inches of rain later on today into tonight. More heavy rain on tonight into Tuesday. Rain on Tuesday morning, and then it finally dries off. A little rain-snow mix on Tuesday night and Wednesday. But the big story, heavy rain, major snow melt, avalanche dangers, flood dangers in the Cascades. If they have a general idea of when they're going to reopen Stevens and Snoqualmie this morning, we will let you know between now and the top of the hour, if in fact that's the case. We'll take one more look at the passes before the show is over. 8 minutes after the hour, there is a lot of news to get to, and we will do exactly that in 1 minute. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life Channel.
Hi, I'm Katie Joslin and I'm a pediatrician at CVCH. We know that as new parents, you have a lot of decisions to make. At CVCH, we have a team of caring pediatricians and family medicine providers who love to take care of newborns. As you're making that decision of where you'd like to go, we hope that you'll consider coming to CVCH, where any of the providers you choose would care for your baby as if it was one of their own.
Find ageless beauty at Chelan Valley Skincare. Cindy offers the most up-to-date treatments for personalized skincare. If sagging skin or acne scars are some skin challenges for you, Chelan Valley Skincare offers non-invasive, non-surgical skincare. With up-to-date technology for shorter treatment plans, you'll benefit from Cindy's expertise to help you accomplish your skincare goals. Please stop by their website for details on all their services. Call Cindy today for your free consultation.
Lots of clouds, lots of fog, lots of rain with some snow in the upper elevations. We're at 31 degrees, rain pretty much all day. Today, highs will be in the lower 40s, will be in the 50s. By Tuesday, the rain will taper off overnight tonight. Next storm system comes in Wednesday, not nearly packing the kind of punch this storm system is, and quite a bit of sunshine and mild temperatures for the weekend once we get there. We'll start with this story at 9 minutes after the hour. A suspect has been identified in the double homicide of that Omak couple whose bodies were found on property that they owned near Chesaw. That's the man they're looking for, Dylan J. Harrington of Chesaw, wanted for 2 counts of first-degree murder and other lesser charges for the killings of 80-year-old David Covey and 66-year-old Geraldine Covey. Harrington, 25 years old, 5 foot 9 inches tall, 145 pounds, brown hair, hazel eyes. The Okanagan coroner, Dave Rodriguez, confirmed on Thursday that both Coveys were shot to death sometime over the weekend of February 12th. Now, authorities believe that Harrington is armed, and they're asking the public to contact the Okanagan Sheriff's Office if they have any information about the whereabouts of Harrington and do not attempt to detain him. A single-car rollover accident Saturday morning on US 97 just north of Daroga State Park resulted in minor injuries for the 3 human occupants and a rooster. Crews from Douglas County Fire District 4 reports that the southbound vehicle lost control, rolled over, and came to rest in the northbound ditch. Now, the 3 unknown people in the car were able to climb out of the wreckage before help arrived. While crews were stabilizing the vehicle, the sound of a rooster could be heard inside the wreckage. Well, the rooster was extricated from the vehicle uninjured. The cause of the accident and the names of the people and the rooster are unknown this morning. COVID-19 hospitalizations at Central Washington Hospital continue to drop. In fact, they're at their lowest level since the early days of the pandemic 2 years ago. Confluence Health reported that as of Friday, there are 10 people hospitalized with COVID-19, with only 1 of those patients being treated in the intensive care unit. The number of COVID-19 patients at the hospital was at 37 as recently as February 1st and peaked for several days at more than 50 hospitalized COVID-19 patients last fall. The Chelan Douglas Health District has made several changes to COVID-19 testing and vaccination efforts while announcing on Thursday that sites for both testing and vaccinations will shut down completely on March 11th. Beginning this week, drive-through vaccinations will be moved to the Town Toyota Center, and they'll be offered on Fridays only. Also starting this week, the testing site at the Town Toyota Center will no longer be open on Saturdays. Until March 11th, testing will be offered Monday through Friday from 10:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. The testing and vaccinations, of course, free to the public. The Pfizer vaccine and booster available for ages 5 and up. Since the COVID-19 pandemic began, the Okanagan County Public Health Agency has documented the impacts that COVID has had to the north of us. The latest in their video series, COVID in the County, looks at the pandemic efforts on healthcare workers and residents at North Valley Extended Care in Tonasket.
You saying goodnight? What's up?
He's big steps and he needs help.
Okay. Hey, handsome. Your wife's worried about you.
Huh?
Your wife's worried about you.
Uh-huh.
Do you need anything?
No.
Do you want to lay down in bed?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Here, wait. Ooh, I have the fix. I have the cure. Even better. You got it? We all kind of knew we couldn't avoid it. It was going to come. It was going to get in somehow. That first day, take those shoes off. We didn't just have one. It blew up. Then that same day, 3 staff went home. It spread so fast, and the staff were dropping like flies. I think I made it only a few days before I tested positive and was out for the 2 weeks. Oh, we were losing a few a day. I think there was one day we lost 4 in one day. COVID's a really hard death. It was for the lungs. You feel like you can't breathe. There's not really enough morphine or Ativan in the world to help your subconscious forget. It's a very anxious way to go. It's not a good way to go. Need help sitting up?
Can I just have a blanket on?
Can you? Yeah. You can do whatever you want. You're the queen here. Yeah, well, get your legs out. Here. Start with the basics.
Yeah, there we go.
Got hairspray in it, darling. During our first wave, we kind of quarantined everybody to their rooms.
Yeah, and that was off-putting.
Staff, we'd come in our big suits.
Yeah, it was really overdone. Well, now maybe it wasn't overdone. But did we lose anybody in that first wave?
Yeah, we lost a lot.
Well, that's one of the blessings of having Alzheimer's. I really don't remember.
You remember Jack?
Oh, but Jack went home.
To heaven.
No, Jack went home to his address
No.
up there to take care of his wife.
No.
And then he died. Mm-hmm. I think his daughter had it too. I've had a lot of friends here, and they die. I was going to say pass away, but they died.
All right, the fashion statement of the century for leaving the room. All right, let me check on Jack and see what he's up to. The staffing has been hard to keep up. Not a lot of people want to work in healthcare right now. I'm here on my days off. I'm here overtime. It's just what you do. There's a lot of depression and weight loss going on around here. We're trying to combat that by making things as upbeat and optimistic as we can. We keep things going with activities. I would like my residents to be able to see their families again.
I'm sorry, it's your role, isn't it?
No. Even if they remember it or not, they know that they're happy.
Why not play Yahtzee with a bunch of old folks?
Now that we have the vaccine and our residents are spreading less, showing no symptoms, living, I would like to open up more. Come see your loved ones. Schedule appointments, window visits, whatever you can do. They really need you here. You are tired, babe. This is Liz from Occupational Therapy. 1, 2, 3.
Oh,
That was hard. Now, do you want to walk or do you want to ride now that you're up?
I'm going to walk.
Okay.
Thanks for getting me this far.
Take it around. Work is my family, and
See you, Glenn.
you love them, so you help. I would tell my community to go out and get the shot. I got my shot first available moment because we saw what happened here, and I was not gonna risk any of that again. All right, Barb, I'll catch you later. It's just what you do.
Powerful video there from the Okanagan County Public Health folks up there. 18 minutes after the hour, that is what's making headlines on this Monday. It'll be a busy news day today. It's just my trick knee is telling me that we're going to have a lot to do in the bullpen. We'll be gathering the news, disseminating the news, and at 5, 6, and 10, we'll be giving you the news right here on the NCW Live channel with a preview. Here's the anchor, Grant Olson.
Good Monday morning, Dan. Coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, wet and warmer weather as we kick off the work week. I'll have all the details in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. And in sports, Eric Granstrom has a look at all of the high school state tournament action over the weekend, as well as college hoops results. That and all the day's news stories coming your way tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on the NCW Life Evening News. We hope to see you then. Dan?
Thank you very much, Grant. Don't forget, if you have a news tip, we'd love to hear from it. We've gotten some pretty good news tips from our viewers over the years. We appreciate it. Bottom of your screen, all the different ways you can get a hold of us via our Facebook page, our homepage, and our email address. We'd love to hear from you. After a break, sports, the weekend that was, and it was a pretty wild one indeed. Plus the obscure holiday, today in history, some celebrity birthdays. Everybody is entitled to Mike McNaughty's opinion. And we visit with the good folks at the Chelan Douglas Volunteer Attorney Services. All coming up between now and the top of the hour. You're watching a Monday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Collins Fashions wishes you a happy and prosperous new year. We have so much to be thankful for in the Wenatchee Valley and surrounding communities. We truly have the best customers, and we truly appreciate your support at Collins Fashions. We are so excited to bring in the most fun and colorful spring and summer merchandise. Brighton jewelry and handbags have new, delightful designs, colorful and fun. Collins Fashions has superb service, professional stylists, and complimentary gift wrap. Collins, where fun meets fashion in downtown Wenatchee.
21 minutes after the hour, crazy weekend in college basketball. Number 2, Arizona lost. Number 3, Auburn lost. Number 4, Purdue lost. Number 5, Kansas lost. Number 6, Kentucky lost. Number 1, Gonzaga. Well, they took on St. Mary's, and here are your highlights.
Can the Gales finish tonight a game that they have controlled the whole way? Bowen's going to try another one, and he finally hits it. Huge!
So what you want them to do is hopefully have to take a contested perimeter shot and not allow them a clean look.
Wide open, Kyle Bowen hits another one. Maybe some life for the Zags, swatted away by Toss.
I'd foul him right now.
Yeah, I would too. They steal it away instead, and Strother lays it in. That gives the Zags some hope. What a night for the Gales.
We got stuff being thrown on the floor. This thing's over.
Back down the hatches in Moraga. Holy smokes.
Our broadcast table is out on the court right now.
Way to go, St. Mary's. They knock off number 1, Gonzaga. Other action on Saturday. Terrell Brown Jr.'s 25 points laid a big second-half comeback. Huskies beat the Cougars in Seattle 78-70. Sacramento State stopping Eastern Washington 81-75 on Saturday. And again, here you see St. Mary's knocking off the number 1 Zags. To the Les Schwab women's college basketball scoreboard, number 2 Stanford topped the Cougars. Number 2 Stanford beat the Huskies. Washington State beat Cal. Sacramento State eased by Eastern Washington. On Sunday, Haley Van Lith and her 4th-ranked Louisville Cardinals had a nearly perfect first half. They led 14th-ranked Notre Dame at halftime 54-15. Haley, 20 points for the Cardinals.
This is a group that's playing some great basketball right now as Van Lith and the Cardinals can't seem to miss here. Inside the Inkster, great ball movement all ball game long, and Haley Van Lith. So final seconds in this ball game as Louisville with a dominating performance on the road.
Very impressive. All right, high school basketball to the Les Schwab scoreboard. Playoffs over the weekend. Eastmont season, the boys came to an end on Saturday. They fell to Federal Way, 71-57 in the 4A tournament. Despite losing to Kings, 81-57, 8th seeded Quincy moves on to the State 1A tournament in Yakima this week. The Brewster boys advanced to the quarterfinals of the State 2B tournament. They beat Morton White Pass, and Lake Roosevelt boys advanced to the State 2B tournament with a blowout victory over Riverview. The Jackrabbits will take on the Borderites of Blaine in the first round of the State 1A tournament. That'll be at the Sundome Wednesday at 2 o'clock. Lake Roosevelt's first round opponent in the 2B tournament in Spokane Wednesday, Coopville. They'll tip it off at 9 o'clock. And Brewster will await the winner of the Toutle Lake and Napavine game Thursday at 3:45. The Cashmere girls, no trouble, advancing to the quarterfinals of the State 1A tournament Friday. They blew out Freeman in Wenatchee, 57-23. Waterville-Mansfield advanced to the State 1B tournament in Spokane. Easy victory over Muckleshoot Tribal. The Lake Roosevelt girls will play a Wednesday game in the State 2B tournament. They lost in their regional game to Colfax, 70-50. The Moses Lake girls advanced to the State 4A tournament by beating Olympia, 52-39. And the Okanagan girls, also victorious in their regional game. They beat Raymond, 65-56. So, the schedule. The Moses Lake girls will take on Emerald Ridge in the first round of the State 4A tournament, Tacoma Dome, Wednesday, 9 a.m. Cashmere will take on the winner of Toppination Zilla, Thursday, Sundome, 7:15. Lake Roosevelt's first round opponent at the State 2B tournament at the Spokane Arena, Rainier, Wednesday at 9 a.m. Okanagan will await the winner of the game in the quarterfinals Thursday at 9 a.m. And Waterville-Mansfield has a 3:45 game in the first round of the State 1B tournament against Mossy Rock. The Wenatchee Wild 1 and 2 over the weekend north of the border. On Friday, Wenatchee couldn't hold an early 2-0 lead on goals by Parker Murray and Brett Oberle. They lost to the Cranbrook Bucks 6-3. Second period was the difference. Cranbrook scored 4 unanswered goals. Owen Bone cut the lead to 5-3 early in the third, but that's as close as the Wild could get on the rest of the night. But on Saturday, Ian Samoza and Quinn Emerson helps Wenatchee bounce back with a 3-2 win. Sean Ziers with the call on Hockey TV.
He skates down into between the circle. Here's Emerson, packing a shot, score! Power play goal, Wenatchee, and the Wild are up 1-0. Ian Samoza buries it between the legs of Evan Gardner. Now it's skated over by Hansen. Hansen in, shoots, scores! Liam Hansen in all alone beat Andy Vlaha glove side, and we are tied at 1. Still 22 seconds left on the power play, and it's a 3-on-1. Here's Johnson in alone, and they score. He'll get it out to Emerson, over to Samoza. Samoza skates down. Samoza with the wrister, scores! Ian Samoza with the wrister. And we're tied at 2. And it's controlled by Oberle at the left point. He'll send it down low to Littler. Emerson, backhanded shot, scores! Quinn Emerson with an open net gives Wenatchee a 3-2 lead. 5 seconds left. Dick couldn't control it. 3 seconds, 2. Here's a shot by Quinn. It's blocked, and Wenatchee wins.
So they lost Friday, won Saturday, but yesterday didn't go so well. The Smoke Eaters came out on top on Sunday, 6-3. Quinn Emerson, Ian Samoza, and Ben Ivey found the back of the net for the Wild. Now, Wenatchee returns home Wednesday. West Kelowna will be in town Wednesday, 6 o'clock. Now, once again, Wild fans, in case you don't know, the COVID vaccination and testing mandates at the Town Toyota Center are no longer in place, so go get them. For tickets, go to WenatcheeWildHockey.com. And finally, the Seattle Kraken finished the month of February 2-9. They lost to San Jose in California on Sunday, 3-1. The current 7-game losing streak, the Kraken's second longest of the season. On Sunday, the Sharks got on the board first. Late in the first period, Morgan Geekie countered just seconds later to tie it. 42 shots on goal, but that was the only one that found the back of the net. Coach Dave Haxtell says he liked the way his club played. They just weren't rewarded for their effort on the ice.
Well, we did what we had to do in the first period. That's the kind of start you have to have when a team's on a back-to-back. We did everything other than come out of the first period with a lead. That's the way we wanted to start the hockey game. And for the most part, other than a couple penalties in the third period, we kept our foot on the gas. You're not going to be as dominant 3 periods in a row as we were in the first period, even taking out the 6 minutes of penalty kill time in the third period, we didn't generate as much as we wanted to, but we were still going.
The Kraken begin the month of March on Wednesday. They'll be hosting the Nashville Predators. It's a national game at Climate Pledge Arena. That's Wednesday at 7 p.m. And those are just some of the games that people are playing on this last day of February. I had 5 obscure holidays to choose from. Today is National Rare Disease Day. Today is National Tooth Fairy Day. Today is National Floral Design Day. Today is National Chocolate Souffle Day. I try to avoid the food-related holidays if it's possible. But no, we're going to celebrate National Public Sleeping Day. Today, we've all caught ourselves nodding off in public, mostly on airplane rides, but it happens occasionally. All of a sudden you go, what the heck just happened in the last 20 minutes? We've all, at one point or another, slept in public. Sleep is just as important, as a healthy diet and healthy exercise. They've all agreed to that. Fun facts about sleeping. Divorced and widowed people suffer from insomnia more than happily married people. People who don't get enough sleep during the day have a tendency to eat more. People who don't sleep enough have a tendency to overeat. Humans are the only mammals that can purposely delay sleep. We can pour down the caffeine and put off nodding off. We're the only ones who can do that. During the Middle Ages, getting up in the middle of the night for a couple of hours and doing stuff was very common. People would sleep 4 hours in the middle of the night, then get up and do stuff, then they'd sleep 4 hours in the middle of the day. One of the biggest obstacles to getting a good night's sleep, Screens, computer screens, television screens, smartphones. That has really been messing up people's circadian rhythms over the last 20 years or so. Some studies have shown that dreaming in color was more common before color movies and televisions came our way. Almost everybody dreams in color, by the way. Being awake for 16 hours straight is the same equivalent of having a blood alcohol level of 0.05%. Makes you punky, is what it does. Fall asleep in public today. My show is sometimes considered a show you can fall asleep while watching, I've been told. 31 minutes after the hour today in history. Speaking of color television, 68 years ago today, you could go to your local television supply store and buy the brand new color television sets with the standard that was used all the way up until digital. The NTSC standard became the standard for television in North America, and you could go down and buy the brand new first ever color television show set for sale that you could actually watch color television on. The Westinghouse H840CK5, $1,295 retail in 1954. That's the equivalent of $12,000 in today's money. That was an expensive TV. And of course, even if you brought home your brand new color TV in February of 1954, almost all of network programming and all of local programming was still in black and white, and would be for another 10 years. Makes you wonder what the point is. Color television is here. 39 years ago today, February 28th, 1983, the last episode of MASH airs. 106 million people tuned in for this television show from the time it aired until 2010, a very long period of time. The final episode of MASH was the most watched television broadcast in American history. It has not been surpassed in ratings or share. It has been surpassed by sheer audience because there's simply more people watching more television by the Super Bowls. It is still the single most watched episode of a television show in history, however, the final episode of MASH aired on this date 39 years ago today. February 28th, 1991. 31 years ago today, the first Gulf War ended. Yay, Kuwait is liberated. The first Gulf War ended. There would be others. And finally, if you lived in Washington State, you remember this, the Nisqually earthquake. 21 years ago today, I was doing morning radio at KPQ, came home for my midday break. It was a beautiful day in the Wenatchee Valley. I was sitting out on my back deck reading a book, and my cockatiel, Belle, about a minute before the earthquake struck, started just going crazy, doing things, making sounds, jumping around her cage that she had never done before. I didn't know what was going on. She was going crazy. I went back out, and all of a sudden, here comes the earthquake. You felt it pretty good here in the Wenatchee Valley, in the Puget Sound area. You really felt it. The 6.8 magnitude Nisqually earthquake, 10:54 in the morning, February 28th, 2001. Birthdays. Linus Pauling, 2 times a Nobel Prize winner. In fact, he's one of only 4 people to have won more than 1 Nobel Prize, and he's one of only 2 people to win the Nobel Prize in 2 different disciplines. He won the 1954 Nobel Prize for Chemistry and the 1962 Nobel Peace Prize. Linus Pauling, the chemist and activist, born in the state in 1901. Brian Jones, the man who founded the Rolling Stones, and a charter member of the 27 Club, died at the age of 27 in 1969. Bill Wyman said of Brian Jones, he formed the band, he chose the members, he chose the material, he got us gigs. He was the founder of the Rolling Stones, but he wanted to play more traditional blues, and Mick Jagger and Keith Richards not only wanted to play transition from American blues to rock and roll, which Brian Jones wasn't particularly interested in, but of course Mick and Keith could write and Brian couldn't, and Brian eventually lost leadership of the Rolling Stones. He was born in the state in 1942, and Mario Andretti, the only driver to win the Indianapolis 500, the Daytona 500, and the Formula One World Championship. The legendary Mario Andretti, 82 years old today. Going to take a break. When we come back, we have an opinion from Mike Mad Dog Mignotti, and then we talked to Eloise Barshes, who is the leader, the administrator, if you will, of the Chelan Douglas Volunteer Attorney Services. Good people doing good stuff. That interview is coming up. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Since Since 1932, Camp Seneca, nestled on the beautiful shores of Lake Wenatchee, has provided children grades 1 through 12 with the ideal location for kids to learn new skills, have fun, and make friends while creating memories that will last a lifetime. Camp Seneca's rustic log cabins and their staff serve to provide each group a unique summer camp experience. Register for Camp Seneca today, www.campfirencw.org.
At Wenatchee Power Sports, we proudly offer the Polaris product line. Polaris builds the highest quality side-by-side in the industry, with off-road capability that's second to none. The Polaris pre-order program allows customers to purchase the vehicle they want without having to select from limited dealer inventory. The Wenatchee Valley has year-round access to some of the best ORV trails in the Northwest. Start your adventure here at Wenatchee Power Sports.
NCW Life Channel is your local TV station. We provide the latest news from around North Central Washington weeknights at 5, 6, and 10 o'clock with Grant Olson. If it's happening in your neighborhood, we have you covered with a staff of reporters who are always on call. Grant will also keep you up to date on the latest weather, and Eric Grandstrom covers sports. It's all on your local TV station, the NCW Life Channel.
Did you know that nearly 50% of pet poisoning cases involve human medications and prescription drugs? Sometimes the culprit's a curious dog, but cats get into their share of trouble as well. Other times, pet owners mistakenly give their pets their own medications that are safe to people but toxic to their pets. Dr. Shauna Baez and her staff care about your pets. Go to pawsandclawsvh.com for a complete list of medications to avoid or call 888-PAWS.
Mail It Your Way in East Wenatchee has new local owners. Need a mailbox with a physical address? Mail It Your Way has them in a variety of sizes. Postal Service and FedEx shipping, packaging, printing. Stop by Mail It Your Way in East Wenatchee on Grant Road next to Glaze.
Connect with us on Networked as we introduce you to the people and organizations who are leading innovation in the region. Get inspired, engaged, and networked right here on the NCW Life Channel.
At Washington Trust Bank, can't is a four-letter word.
I think I'll sell my veggies at the market.
Do you even remember to water the house plants? I do this?
You can do this.
Hey, we need to build a home office. We're adding another bathroom.
I think I'll study programming.
Bro, you even connect your phone to Bluetooth.
We believe you can do whatever you set your mind to, and we'll help you get there. Washington Trust Bank, privately owned, locally invested.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody's entitled to my opinion. Now, when I was a kid, I used to read stories about people who had regrets. Now, these folks would reach middle age or later, and suddenly they'd say to themselves, is this all there is? Or something like, why didn't I do so-and-so or such and such? Basically, they'd be saying that they wasted their life, their one life. Now, this made me think. I never wanted to forget that this life, my life, is a one-way trip, and I didn't want to waste mine having regrets that I didn't measure up to much. So, how have I done? You tell me. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
Are you a take charge kind of person? Consider a career as a health unit coordinator. You'll work to keep health facilities running efficiently by coordinating medical providers, patients, and departments. The Charter College Certificate in Health Unit Coordinator program can get you up to speed on basic patient care, health records management, health and safety procedures, and medical billing. And the 10-month online program includes a computer you keep. Get started at chartercollege.edu, where we work to get you to work.
At D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee, they believe your investment success begins with a personalized plan. A plan that is the roadmap you need to navigate your way to living your best years in retirement. D.A. Davidson can help you create a plan so you can take the time to enjoy the finer things in life. Let the financial advisors at D.A. Davidson help chart your retirement future today.
I'm here at the Discovery Center at Rocky Reach Dam, where there's a ton of cool stuff to do. You can learn how the dam harnesses the power of the Columbia. walk inside a Native American Tule Lodge, and steer clear of disaster on the Rock Island Rapids. You can check out the new fish viewing space and even stare a salmon right in the eye. Explore all this and more at Chelan County PUD's brand new Discovery Center at Rocky Reach Dam, now open year-round.
Dr. Wayne Latimer's Chiropractic and Integrative Multicare specializes in all level of injury care. If you've been injured in an auto accident, on the job, have a sports injury, or a simple fall, call today for a free consultation. They offer a combined multi-care approach with medical, chiropractic, physical therapy, massage, and acupuncture. For relief from long-standing injuries to basic solutions for the weekend warrior, Latimer's Chiropractic Integrative Multicare is one stop, one location.
Save on your fave at Boswell's. Right now, get $200 off stressless signature base recliners, classic base recliners with power, and new stressless cross base recliners. Or get a free accessory with purchase. It's time for stressless. Shop Boswell's, 2915 Easy Street in Wenatchee.
Hello, North Central Washington. I'm Dave Tosh, Executive Director, Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center, and I'm excited to announce a new variety show entitled Vibrant Living, brought to you by the Senior Center, and I think you'll find it educational, informative, and a lot of fun. Join us for the new program, Vibrant Living.
Contractors, furniture makers, and weekend do-it-yourselfers around North Central Washington will tell you that Lombard's Hardwood Supply is the place to get what you need. Lombard's full millwork shop can handle jobs large or small. Lombard's has a full line of interior and exterior doors available, as well as custom barn doors. From alderwood to zebrawood and everything in between, it's Lombard's Hardwood Supply on School Street in Sunny Slope. Like us on Facebook and check out our monthly special.
What's the best way to attract a wide variety of beautiful birds to your backyard? By offering the birds the right foods in expertly designed bird feeders from Wild Birds Unlimited. Whether you've been feeding the birds for a while or are just getting started, let our backyard bird feeding specialists show you how to add a little joy to your life and make nature a part of every day. Shop now for exclusive bird foods, feeders, hardware, and more. Wild Birds Unlimited. Products designed by experts. Trusted local advice.
March is a food and wine lover's dream in Chelan. Presented by the Manson Chamber of Commerce, Chelan Cellars, and Sorrento's Restaurante. Taste Chelan celebrates food and wine all March long, created to tickle your taste buds. Experience a food and wine tour happening every Saturday. Button offers all month long. And local wineries select their most tantalizing varietals, paired and curated with food from local restaurants, chefs, and culinary artisans. Taste Chelan will be sure to bring out the foodie in you. Buy tickets now.
I have a hereditary bone disease from the female side of my family. My bone loss was so significant that you could almost see the roots. I became embarrassed and I started covering my mouth. Eating became very difficult as far as I stopped eating apples, corn on the cob, things that you just eat as it is without utensils. Dr. Divis was my dentist prior to having implants. We talked about traditional dentures or implants, and implants was the only way really that I could go. John Divis and all of his office staff, they checked on me throughout all the processes. I would never go anyplace else. Today I can eat corn on the cob, I can have apples. Thanks to Dr. John Divis and his staff, I have my smile back. I feel more confident. I am me again.
This is John Divis. Let our team help you solve your dental needs.
Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I am Dan Kuntz. Eloise, introduce yourself to our television family and we'll get busy.
Sure. Well, my name is Eloise Barshes, and I'm the Executive Director for Chelan Douglas County Volunteer Attorney Services.
About ready to celebrate your 20th anniversary here.
This is it right here. February 14th, we are celebrating 20 years as a nonprofit, and the Chelan Douglas Bar Association was the one to get us started 20 years ago, and we've grown from a one-person shop to a staff of 4. so that we're able to really make an impact with our volunteer attorneys.
Makes you wonder what those in need of your services had to do 21, 22, 23 years ago. You go to the individual lawyer and hope he doesn't charge you, you know? Is that how that works?
Well, you know, Russ Bidell was the president at the time.
A great guy.
Yeah,
great
amazing guy. And he's the one that he was just telling me the other day. He said there was such a culture of volunteerism before we started this organization, and the way it was being organized is kind of fell through. And so he took the initiative to get some funding from the Legal Foundation of Washington to get this program started. And so thankfully he did. And then look at what we're doing now. So yeah, better to come to us and get the help, and we can connect you with the attorneys that are ready to help.
Chelan Douglas County Volunteer Attorney Services. People think, okay, wait a minute, there's a Northwest Justice Project. There's all kinds of nonprofits that give legal advice to those people who find themselves in need of legal advice but don't have the wherewithal to make it happen.
Yeah.
So what is specifically, in a nutshell, what is your organization?
Yeah, so what you're talking about is sort of the Civil Legal Aid Network. We're part of the Alliance for Equal Justice, and Northwest Justice Project, Columbia Legal Services, Northwest Immigrant Rights Project are all programs here in Chelan Douglas County. And they provide different resources, right? So Northwest Immigrant Rights Project is helping with immigration, and Columbia Legal Services is helping more with sort of class action lawsuit work and advocacy work. Northwest Justice Project has attorneys that are able to help with civil legal matters, kind of like us, but they have some restrictions and limitations. And then there's us. And so we're able to tap the incredible wisdom of the Chelan Douglas Bar Association to meet the need for civil legal aid and legal problems. So bankruptcy, Northwest Justice Project isn't able to do that. Folks with out immigration status aren't able to work with Northwest Justice Project. So we're able to sort of be there as that, like I said, that safety net for folks. And then kind of any civil legal matter that comes through, we just reach out to our bar, who are incredible, and see, can you help these folks? And that's how it works.
How do these folks end up on your radar? How do you get clients?
Right. Well, thankfully we're a part of an incredible community of nonprofit organizations. So folks are going to the YWCA, Women's Resource Center, Serve Wenatchee Valley, and they're coming also just by hearing about our organization. They give us a call, and so we have folks here that are able to take those phone calls. And then a lot of people have heard of the Washington State Clear Hotline, and that's a place where that's the statewide phone number. And when a person calls that statewide phone number, then they're given to the right organization. So it might be Northwest Immigrant Rights, it might be NJP, and it might be us. And so that's one way in. But I feel like people hear about us, maybe their case manager might direct. You know, you're at the food bank and you're like, I have a legal problem, I need to get divorced. And so thankfully, I think our reputation is strong and people know that they can turn to us. And we're also super proud of the fact that when you call, if it's not us, we try to figure out who it is. Whether it's, again, food concerns about not having enough food on the table, to maybe, it's an immigration issue. So we're going to help get you connected with the right program.
The members of the Chelan County Bar Association, all bar associations everywhere, they're encouraged, of course, to donate their services and their talents to those people who need legal help but can't afford it. The attorneys in the North Central Washington area, the members of the Chelan Douglas Bar, these are some heavy hitters. This is the varsity squad of lawyers who are donating their time for your organization. You look at the website, you go, I know these people. They're good.
They're good. They're really good, and we're so grateful. And everybody comes at it in a different way, and we again work hard to maximize what they have to offer. We have an attorney on our own staff, and so Emily Gale is her name, and she's able to queue up the case, kind of issue spot, and then we bring that attorney in, like you said, a heavy hitter, some incredible attorneys that come in, have that consultation 1 or 2 hours with somebody, and then we move them on to the next phase. And sometimes the person will meet with 2 or 3 different folks, but because we have a system sort of streamlined, it makes it very effective, and we're maximizing this incredible resource, like you said, and it's expensive. We all know people have legal fees, $250 an hour. People can't afford that, and so all of our services are free. And folks have to be low income to qualify, so there are some qualifications. And being a resident of Chelan or Douglas County, or a litigant, which means you have a case in Chelan or Douglas County, those are the qualifications for us to be able to help.
I'm assuming this time of the year, as we're easing our way out of the pandemic, that tenant-landlord issues, evictions, that kind of thing is on the front burner right now in your office. Has that been the number one thing right now?
It's taken a lot of our focus, and that's okay. That's a good thing, right? So, as you know, there was the moratorium on evictions, right? And then that lifted. And in October, there was legislation that passed that allows for folks to have a right to counsel. And this is groundbreaking in the nation. And so we're the first state to have a full right to counsel program. And that means anyone in the state of Washington who's low income, who's facing an eviction, has a right to an attorney. And here locally, for us, that looks like Northwest Justice Project and our program working together to provide that service. So when a person needs help, they call this eviction defense screening line. And that phone number then connects them, again, to the right. Is it going to be us or is it going to be them? And it doesn't matter. You're going to get a lawyer. But then the other thing that we're able to provide, and this is that kind of eviction defense pre-work, is when people call our office or get connected with our program, maybe it's the notices, maybe it's some tension between the landlord and tenant, we're able to then help then. So we're really, I mean, it's from the very beginning. It's from I need help with my repairs all the way through an eviction. And we want to be here to do that work because really, when you're poor and you're scared and it's vulnerable, like, it's a very intimidating system. It's intimidating to me, and I'm in it, right? And so we just want to give people that chance to sort of have that day in court, to have a clear understanding of what's being provided to them. We believe tenants should pay their rent. We know that that's a part of it, but they don't all have the money, right? And so there are incredible programs through Community Action for rental assistance, and that program is still here, and people should be calling to get that help if they're behind on rent.
Yeah, the Chelan Douglas Community Action Council is handling that, and they're doing it with a great deal of aplomb. And if you fall within the parameters, depending on how many people live in your household and your income, there's help out there.
There's help out there, right, yeah. And we want to be able to help you get connected to it. And then the Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center is also part of this kind of fabric, this network that we're working. And again, when someone's behind on their rent, they're intervening and helping to make sure that the tenant gets connected to the resources or potentially negotiating a conversation between the landlord and the tenant. But we're here with that legal advice, that legal representation. And again, this is groundbreaking. I mean, it's an incredible resource for folks. It's the first time in a civil legal matter that you have a right to counsel. That's normally a criminal concept. And so we're really excited to have it, and we're really proud to be a part of sort of implementing this statewide program.
And that eviction defense fund phone number we're showing on the bottom of the screen, so you people know what the number is to call if you find yourself in this situation. I interview a lot of folks who run nonprofits. I always ask the same question. I need to ask you the same question, Eloise. Where does your money come from?
Yeah.
How's your organization funded?
Well, fortunately, in lots of different ways. So this specific eviction defense funding, this right to counsel funding is now through the Office of Civil Legal Aid. That's statewide government funds. And then also Legal Foundation of Washington. They're a huge organization, again, statewide, and they recruit and find funds from big firms in Seattle and all over the place. So there are two of our large grant kind of consistent funds. We also have money from Chelan County for homeless housing, and we have money from Community Foundation in North Central Washington. The Washington State Bar Association does some funding, and then we have to raise money, which...
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the big gala that's coming up. As we just mentioned, their 20th anniversary just came and went on Valentine's Day. April 23rd at the main ballroom at the Wenatchee Convention Center is your big gala. Pat everybody on the back and talk about that.
Yeah, oh, we're so excited. And the pandemic had us put a little hiatus, but we're back on April 23rd, as you mentioned. And it's also the 20th anniversary, so we're going to be celebrating and really telling the story of how this organization has evolved and how it really is here because of the generosity of our bar members. So there'll be some awards that we give on an annual basis, celebration of sort of where we've come and what we're headed towards. And then just the real need, some great client stories and fun games. There'll be an auction and just a celebration with that, I say party with a purpose. Like it's going to be an excellent time, but a chance to really understand how civil legal aid is needed and how people can contribute, because it takes, you were mentioning earlier, like, well, if it's volunteer attorneys, where do you need your money? It takes a lot of facilitation to make and maximize our attorneys' work. We want someone like Doug Takasugi and Beth Bratton. We want them to come in and do their work. They don't need to be calling the client before, make sure they can make it to the appointment. I mean, there's a lot of logistics. We have bilingual staff. We need to make sure that when they come, we make the best of it for both parties. It's a meaningful, impactful service for both parties.
Do you like your job?
I love it.
What's a good day for you? When your day is done and you turn off the lights and lock the door, Eloise, what's a good day for you?
I love connecting people. I tell this all the time. My joy, my bliss comes from seeing this incredible need and then having this incredible talent and then bringing it together. Like we have these members who volunteer their time, bar members, and they have this gift, right? And it's only they're the only ones that can do it. And then we have these folks who are desperately in need of legal advice, and they can't get it. And then when I'm able to work with my team, it's a blessing and a gift to be able to connect those two things and have people feel hopeful, grateful, relieved, and then our attorneys also feel a lot of joy because they take an oath to make a commitment to uphold justice, and that's what they get to do through our organization.
The Chelan Douglas County Volunteer Attorney Services, easy to get a hold of. We'll throw the number up on your screen one more time. Again, family law, consumer law, if you've got, estates, eviction problems, anything that's basically non-criminal, they're the conduit. They're going to put you in touch, and they're going to help you along the way because the legal system can be slow and complicated and frustrating. You might as well go with people who know what they're doing, and you guys know what you're doing. Thank you for taking some time out and visiting us.
Of course. My pleasure. Absolutely. Thank you.
And let us know how the gala note goes.
Yeah, maybe you can come, Dan.
Well, if you want a real celebrity.
I know.
Yeah, very expensive for public appearances. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Let's face it, selling your good used vehicle can be a hassle, if nothing else. Consign your vehicle here at Global Elite Motors. When you do, you'll get the best possible price because of our proprietary selling system. We offer the ability to finance, add warranties, take trade-ins, and much, much more. Each consignment vehicle we represent is thoroughly inspected and marketed to attract qualified buyers. Let us help sell your quality vehicle. Buying a vehicle? Consigning a vehicle? Stop by Global Elite Motors on Wenatchee Avenue at Global Car Care.
With all the variety on SureStream TV from LocalTel, there's always something to watch. But what if you hit the couch in the middle of all the shows? That's a perfect time to use the features Catch Up or Restart. Catch up on shows from up to 3 days ago, or restart your show from the beginning. Go to your guide and select the show to restart. Then play, pause, rewind on your schedule. Don't forget, SureStream TV from LocalTel lets you decide when shows begin.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. You can lift this up.
Great, I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Are you looking at buying your first home or additional homes, perhaps an investment property or refinancing? Let the local Caliber home loan experts help guide you every step of the way with 2 convenient locations to serve you in Wenatchee and Chelan. Give us a call today.
Brian's Pizza and Bowling is changing their name to That Pizza Place. Now there's still your same favorite locally owned family pizza and bowling center, That Pizza Place. Come hang out in downtown Cashmere. It continues to rain, 32 degrees outside of our studios. This unusually strong atmospheric river was not really in the forecast on Friday, but boy, things have certainly developed, and now we're getting a lot of rain. Before we get to the forecast, I want to give you a quick update. I-90 Snoqualmie Pass is still closed from North Bend to Ellensburg. They're going to reassess things at 9 o'clock this morning. It is snowing hard. You can't get over I-90. It's as simple as that. Stevens Pass is also closed, and it's been closed since the wee small hours of the morning, right at the summit. So there's a lot of traffic right at the summit because they only closed it for about a 6-mile stretch, and it is starting to switch from snow to rain on Stevens Pass. So be forewarned. Right now, you can't get over I-90. You can't get over US 2. We'll keep you in the loop on that. In the meantime, your forecast for us, rain. Pretty much all day today. We'll be up about 42, 43. For the afternoon high. A lot of rain. We could get up to 1/4 inch of rain when this is all said and done. That's a lot of rain for us. This is not the kind of weather that we normally get this time of the year with this very warm subtropical moisture. Rain tapers off tonight, 38 for the overnight low. Lots of clouds. Should be dry Tuesday. Warmer still. A lot of warm, moist air coming in, 53 for the afternoon high. As you notice, we'll be above freezing for the overnight low Tuesday. Next system, a weaker one comes through Wednesday night into Thursday. Going to cool us down a little bit with some snow in the upper elevations. Lots of snow to begin the first weekend in March. And hey, that's it for us. We will see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.